My friends have been saying I'm really bad at Fortnite, so I decided to use ChatGPT to help me get better in 7 days.
Bro, Finn, how are you so bad at every single game you play? It happens every single time. You're so bad.
It told me the most important thing will be to practice more. So, over the next 7 days, I'm dedicated each day to a different form of practice that it recommended. So day 1, it told me to do Raider 464 edit practice maps and aim trainers that were Kovacs inspired. For day 2, it told me I should watch some pros just learn and see how they fight. So I watched some of the greats like Vino and Peterbot. For day 3, it told me I should change my keybinds, and I already did that about 2 weeks ago, so I just spent today to practice and get used to my new keybinds. Day 4, I took a day to focus and get past my mental blocks so that way my mind would be clear when I wanted to play. On day 5, it told me I should focus on making sure my settings are the best in terms of graphics and internet, so I went through my settings and made sure everything was as optimal as possible. On day 6, it told me that I should go through and look at my replays to see how I lost fights. So I looked at some of my old tournaments and some of my old tournament videos to see what I did wrong. On day 7, it told me I should look back and reflect on my past self to see how much I've grown and instead of comparing myself to other people around me. So for day 1, I basically just practiced my edits a bunch. I used the Raider 464 Mechanics Training V5, I think. I'll put the code to it in the description. It's actually a really helpful map. Some of the editing stuff though was definitely a bit tricky and challenging. Not stuff that I was really used to. So, which is actually kind of good because it means that I was practicing things above my skill level, which is helpful. So I just did a couple of tunnels and edit downs, and then when I went over to the aim section, I tried out this surge tags aim tracking method, which is basically just there was a bunch of targets, and they were all running around on terrain. There were a couple that I think were standing still, and I practiced that for a little while, and that really helped get my. And I could also change positions, but that really helped get my aim good for close range, medium range, and long range, and in different positions. So I was really able to see what it felt like, being on a search tower, being in a box, being on low ground. It also helped with my tracking, and helped with getting used to these new hit scan weapons because the whole chapter before this was bullet drop. So I pretty much just practiced this. I did some other aim exercises, but not for long, so they're not worth showing. And that was pretty much just day 1. I did play a little bit, but most of my focus was on my aim and my mechs. So on day 2, I pretty much just, for like 2 hours, just watched some pros. I watched some grand final videos. I watched Peterbot's 40 bomb in the solo victory cup. I watched Cold to see how I should key better. I watched Queasy for my columns and how to be a better IGL. I basically just took a lot of time to analyze what the pro players were doing and how they did it and how they were so good at it. On day 3, I really focused on getting my mechanics as best as I could get them. So I did play a lot of the mechanics training V4 tunnels map. I also did another exercise called full piece 200 on that. I did free build a little bit earlier, but I always do that when I warm up. On day 4, I was told to work on my breathing and get through mental blocks. So I just did a bunch of these super kind of corny little like deep breathing exercises. This one's a box breathing. It actually kind of helped calm me down a lot. And whenever I was getting mad after I died in ranked or something, or I was getting griefed, I would just focus on, my breathing and deep breathing. And it actually really did help me calm down and stay calm even while I was getting angry at the game, and who knows, maybe this will help me stop raging as much as I do. Then on day 5, it told me that I should make sure my settings and everything are optimal, so I just watched some pros videos about their settings and everything and make sure they're right. This one is just Click's video for his 2025 settings, but I did also watch some other pros like Peterbot and Booga. On day 6, it told me to go back and watch through some of my old tournaments and replays. So I watched this video of my solo cash cup and some of my others from a skin cup, another solo cash cup, and a duo cash cup that I made. I also watched my FNCS trials, even though I was pretty much dead for most of that tournament. And then I also watched some other pros. It was basically just VOD reviewing myself and also some other people. But the main focus was trying to find mistakes in my own gameplay, and that's pretty much what I focused on, was figuring out what I was doing wrong when I died, and what I was doing right when I didn't die or got a kill. Then on the final day, I was supposed to go back and look at some of my old stuff and start comparing myself to that instead of pros. So I went back and watched a bunch of my old Fortnite videos to see how much I've grown and how much better I've gotten. And boy, was I not the best player back when I first started making videos. I've definitely improved a lot between some of my first Fortnite videos and like my recent solo cash cups and my most recent videos, but it was definitely fun going back and looking at those old videos and seeing how much I've grown.
Are you recording?
So now that the 7 days are over, I decided to 1v1 my friend Yona FE. I usually, when I 1v1 him, I get absolutely destroyed by him, but in this 1v1 it was actually a lot different. He ended up getting out to a 2-1 lead, but I knew I couldn't let that happen. I had to beat him. And there I get a big pump off, peanut butter,
Oh, I missed.
boom, I kill him, tie it up, and here I had a little side jump for 160. That was probably the best pump I've ever had. Just mantled up, pumped in there. Now it's 3-2, and I just get in, those blocks right there, 100 on him. I know he's gonna come down to this. He gets a pump off me, but then it went down here, over here. I started dying really badly, and I kind of sold it. With the 7 days done, and I finally 1v1 Yona and gotten 5-4 against him, which was actually really decent, because usually I get 5-1 by him. I was really excited. I saw a lot of improvement over the last 7 days, and even though 7 days isn't a lot of time, when you really put the hours in and work for it, you see a lot of improvement, so I'm really happy. With that being said, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. If you could subscribe, like, comment, share, do all the little bits and bobs, and I'll see you guys in the next one.